Introduction: The multifaceted genius of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, an inventor, writer, statesman, scientist, and philosopher, stands as one of the most iconic figures in American history. His life embodies boundless curiosity, resilience, and a commitment to public service, making him not only a key player in the founding of the United States but also a symbol of human ingenuity. From his humble beginnings in Boston to his towering achievements in diplomacy and science, Franklin's journey exemplifies the ideals of the Enlightenment and the promise of the American dream. Walter Isaacson's Benjamin Franklin, An American Life brings this complex figure vividly to life, portraying him as a polymath who was deeply involved in shaping the cultural, scientific, and political landscape of his time. While Franklin's extraordinary intellect and achievements defined his legacy, his flaws and contradictions remind us of his humanity, creating a nuanced portrait of a man who was as relatable as he was remarkable. Franklin's story is one of transformation, both personal and national. His inquisitive mind led to groundbreaking scientific discoveries, from the principles of electricity to the invention of the lightning rod. His innovative spirit drove social advancement such as the establishment of public libraries, fire departments, and the University of Pennsylvania. And as a statesman, Franklin's diplomatic finesse helped secure France's support during the Revolutionary War, a critical factor in America's fight for independence. Isaacson's detailed and engaging biography intertwines Franklin's personal narrative with the broader evolution of American history, offering insights into his relationships, philosophies, and enduring contributions. Whether inventing bifocals, drafting foundational documents, or engaging in philosophical debates, Franklin was always driven by a desire to better himself and the world around him. In this audiobook, we will explore Franklin's multifaceted life and dive into the principles that shaped his legacy. From his pragmatic approach to science and innovation to his bold experiments in governance and diplomacy, Franklin's story offers valuable lessons on the power of determination, curiosity, and collaboration. Prepare to be inspired by the life of Benjamin Franklin, a man whose curiosity illuminated the path to modernity and whose wisdom continues to guide generations. Chapter 1: From Humble Beginnings to a Visionary Youth. Benjamin Franklin's extraordinary life began in the modest surroundings of Boston, Massachusetts, on January 17, 1706. Born as the 15th of 17 children to Josiah Franklin, a candle and soap maker, and his wife Abiah, Franklin grew up in a household defined by hard work, resourcefulness, and a respect for education. While the Franklin family's financial situation was humble, their industrious spirit planted the seeds of ingenuity that would later define Benjamin's remarkable legacy. From an early age, Franklin exhibited a voracious curiosity and an aptitude for learning. Although formal schooling ended for him at the age of 10 due to financial constraints, Franklin continued to educate himself voraciously. He devoured books on a range of subjects, from science and philosophy to history and religion, reflecting his insatiable desire to understand the world. This self-directed learning laid the foundation for his future as a polymath and intellectual. As a boy, Franklin displayed an early knack for innovation and problem-solving. His love of swimming, for instance, led him to craft homemade flippers to improve his speed in the water, a hint of the practical ingenuity that would later fuel his scientific and inventive endeavors. Equally significant were his childhood experiments with kites, which foretold his groundbreaking exploration of electricity. These formative experiences revealed Franklin's proclivity for blending imagination with pragmatism, a hallmark of his future achievements. At the age of 12, Franklin was apprenticed to his older brother James, a printer and the publisher of the New England Courant, one of the first independent newspapers in America. This apprenticeship proved pivotal, immersing Franklin in the world of print media and public discourse. He quickly mastered the craft of printing and began contributing anonymously to his brother's paper under the pseudonym Silence Do Good. These satirical essays, brimming with wit and wisdom, earned him public acclaim and marked the beginning of his literary career. However, Franklin's apprenticeship was not without strife. His relationship with James became increasingly strained, leading the young Franklin to seek his independence. At the age of 17, he ran away to Philadelphia, a bustling city where he believed his talents could flourish. With little money in his pocket, Franklin arrived in Philadelphia as a self-determined young man eager to carve out a future. Franklin's early years were marked by both struggle and resilience. Despite financial hardships and limited formal education, he cultivated an insatiable appetite for knowledge and a relentless drive to improve his circumstances. These qualities would not only propel him to prominence but also shape his philosophy of self-betterment and civic responsibility. From the bustling streets of Boston to his arrival in Philadelphia, Franklin's youth exemplifies the power of ambition and intellectual curiosity. It is proof of the transformative potential of hard work, ingenuity, and an unyielding belief in one's ability to rise above adversity. Chapter 2: The Entrepreneurial Spirit and Rise to Prominence. In Philadelphia, the city of his dreams, Benjamin Franklin began laying the foundations for his legacy as one of the most influential figures of his era. At the age of 17, armed with nothing but ambition and a sharp intellect, Franklin immersed himself in the world of printing, which would become the cornerstone of his early success. Initially employed by a local printer, Samuel Keimer, Franklin quickly distinguished himself through his exceptional work ethic and technical skill. However, he soon recognized the potential to establish his own enterprise. In 1728, alongside his business partner Hugh Meredith, Franklin founded his first printing house. This venture marked the beginning of Franklin's entrepreneurial journey, a path defined by innovation, adaptability, and an acute understanding of human nature. Franklin's printing business flourished, thanks in no small part to his ability to combine high-quality craftsmanship with sharp business acumen. He demonstrated a knack for identifying lucrative opportunities, such as securing contracts to print government documents and currency. Yet Franklin's ambitions extended beyond mere financial success. His work as a printer became a platform for influencing public thought and fostering intellectual discourse. In 1729, Franklin acquired the Pennsylvania Gazette, a struggling newspaper that he transformed into one of the most widely read and respected publications in the colonies. Under Franklin's editorial leadership, the Gazette became known for its incisive commentary, engaging essays, and public-minded content. Franklin used the paper not only to entertain and inform but also to promote civic improvement and challenge social injustices. Through the Gazette, Franklin's voice became a guiding light in colonial America, advocating for reason, progress, and self-reliance. Around this time, Franklin also penned and published Poor Richard's Almanac, which debuted in 1732 and quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Written under the pseudonym Richard Saunders, the almanac combined practical advice, weather forecasts, and witty aphorisms. Its enduring popularity stemmed from Franklin's ability to distill profound wisdom into pithy, memorable sayings. Expressions such as early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise reflected Franklin's philosophy of self-improvement and industriousness, resonating deeply with readers from all walks of life. Beyond his publishing ventures, Franklin's entrepreneurial spirit manifested in his dedication to community-building initiatives. He founded the Junto, a club of like-minded tradesmen and intellectuals who met regularly to discuss philosophy, politics, and practical solutions to societal challenges. The Junto was not only a forum for debate but also a springboard for many of Franklin's civic projects, including the establishment of the Library Company of Philadelphia, one of America's first lending libraries. Through his entrepreneurial endeavors, Franklin demonstrated an extraordinary ability to blend personal ambition with a commitment to the common good. He viewed success not as an end in itself but as a means to contribute meaningfully to society. His rise in Philadelphia, from a penniless runaway to a respected printer, publisher, and community leader, showcased the transformative power of vision, perseverance, and an unwavering belief in the potential for progress. Franklin's early successes were not merely achievements in business, they were stepping stones toward his emergence as a statesman, scientist, and revolutionary thinker. This chapter of his life exemplifies the spirit of enterprise that would come to define both Franklin himself and the progressive nation he helped to shape. Chapter 3: Scientific Curiosity and Groundbreaking Discoveries. Benjamin Franklin's scientific pursuits emerged as a profound extension of his innate curiosity and relentless drive to understand the natural world. Despite lacking formal education in the sciences, Franklin approached his investigations with the keen intellect and pragmatic mindset that characterized every aspect of his life. Through his groundbreaking experiments and innovative inventions, Franklin not only advanced human knowledge but also demonstrated how science could directly improve society. Franklin's most celebrated contribution to science lies in his pioneering work on electricity. In the mid-18th century, electricity was a poorly understood phenomenon, often dismissed as little more than a parlor trick. Franklin, however, recognized its potential significance and set out to demystify its properties. Through a series of meticulous experiments, he developed a cohesive theory that electricity consisted of a single fluid, which he referred to as positive and negative charges. This theory provided the foundation for the modern understanding of electrical science. The most iconic moment in Franklin's scientific career came in 1752 with his famous kite experiment. According to legend, Franklin flew a kite during a thunderstorm, using a metal key attached to the string to draw electricity from lightning. While the specifics of this experiment remain a subject of historical debate, there is no doubt that Franklin's work proved that lightning was a form of electrical discharge. This discovery shattered long-held beliefs about lightning as a divine or supernatural force and paved the way for practical innovations. One such innovation was the lightning rod, designed to protect buildings from lightning strikes. By providing a safe path for electrical energy to travel into the ground, Franklin's invention saved countless lives and structures from devastation. The lightning rod was not merely a triumph of scientific ingenuity, it was also a testament to Franklin's commitment to harnessing knowledge for the betterment of humanity. Franklin's scientific curiosity extended far beyond electricity. He conducted influential studies on meteorology, charting weather patterns and identifying the Gulf Stream, which revolutionized navigation and maritime trade. His experiments with heat and light led to practical recommendations for clothing and urban design, such as the observation that dark fabrics absorb more heat than lighter ones. Franklin also invented the Franklin stove, a more efficient heating device that reduced wood consumption while improving household safety. In addition to his experiments and inventions, Franklin championed the philosophy that science should serve practical purposes. He famously asked, "What signifies philosophy that does not apply to some use?" This pragmatic ethos guided his approach to research and ensured that his discoveries were not confined to academic circles but translated into tangible benefits for society. Franklin's contributions to science earned him widespread recognition. He became a member of prestigious scientific societies, including the Royal Society of London, which awarded him the Copley Medal in 1753. His correspondence with leading intellectuals of the Enlightenment further solidified his status as a global figure in the advancement of knowledge. Despite his accolades, Franklin never sought fame or fortune from his scientific achievements. Instead, he viewed science as a collective endeavor, offering his inventions freely to the public. This selflessness underscored his belief that the pursuit of knowledge should transcend personal gain and serve the greater good. In summary, Franklin's scientific legacy is proof of the power of curiosity, ingenuity, and a commitment to practical problem-solving. His work not only illuminated the mysteries of the natural world but also exemplified how science could enrich human life. This chapter of Franklin's life reveals a man whose relentless pursuit of discovery continues to inspire scientists, innovators, and dreamers to this day. Chapter 4: A Visionary of Social Reform. Benjamin Franklin's legacy as a pioneer of social reform is as vital as his scientific and political achievements. Driven by a profound sense of civic duty and an unrelenting desire to improve society, Franklin transformed his pragmatic intellect into initiatives that redefined community welfare and public infrastructure. His reformist spirit was rooted in the Enlightenment ideals of reason, progress, and a belief in the betterment of humanity through collective effort. Franklin's journey as a social reformer began with his formation of the Junto in 1727, a club of like-minded artisans and tradesmen dedicated to mutual improvement and community betterment. The Junto served as a think tank for ideas that would later shape Philadelphia's civic landscape. Through this group, Franklin not only fostered intellectual exchange but also laid the groundwork for several of his lasting contributions to public life. One of Franklin's most notable achievements was the creation of the Library Company of Philadelphia in 1731, America's first lending library. Recognizing the importance of access to knowledge for individual and societal growth, Franklin and his junto peers established a subscription model to fund the acquisition of books. This initiative democratized education by enabling ordinary citizens to access literature, history, and scientific texts, resources previously limited to the elite. The Library Company became a prototype for public libraries and a cornerstone of America's intellectual culture. Franklin's dedication to public health and safety was another hallmark of his reformist endeavors. He founded the Union Fire Company in 1736, introducing the concept of organized volunteer firefighting to the colonies. This initiative not only improved fire safety but also instilled a sense of civic responsibility among citizens. Franklin later advocated for fire insurance, which provided financial security for property owners and incentivized fire prevention. His contributions to public health extended further with the establishment of Pennsylvania Hospital in 1751, the first hospital in the American colonies. Franklin's ability to galvanize support from both private donors and the Pennsylvania Assembly exemplified his talent for bridging public and private interests. The hospital addressed the pressing needs of the poor and sick, embodying Franklin's belief that a society's greatness is measured by how it treats its most vulnerable members. Franklin also revolutionized urban infrastructure by championing projects that enhance the quality of city life. As a civic leader, he spearheaded efforts to pave streets, improve sanitation, and establish efficient street lighting. These reforms not only made cities cleaner and safer but also set standards for urban planning that influenced the development of modern municipalities. In education, Franklin envisioned institutions that emphasized practical knowledge alongside classical learning. His role in founding the Academy and College of Philadelphia, which later became the University of Pennsylvania, reflected this philosophy. Franklin believed education should prepare individuals for real-world challenges, blending traditional academics with instruction in commerce, mechanics, and public service. Franklin's reformist zeal extended to broader societal issues, including the abolition of slavery. Though he initially owned slaves, Franklin underwent a moral transformation in his later years, becoming an outspoken advocate for emancipation. As president of the Pennsylvania Society for Promoting the Abolition of Slavery, Franklin condemned the institution as a violation of natural rights and worked tirelessly to advance the cause of equality. Franklin's approach to social reform was distinguished by its practicality and inclusivity. He understood that lasting change required collaboration across social strata and a focus on tangible, incremental improvements. His ability to rally diverse stakeholders, whether for libraries, hospitals, or abolition, reflected his unparalleled leadership and commitment to collective progress. Franklin's contributions to social reform exemplify the power of enlightened leadership and the enduring impact of civic responsibility. His initiatives not only addressed the immediate needs of his community but also laid the foundation for a more equitable and humane society. Franklin's vision for public welfare, education, and justice continues to resonate, serving as an example for reformers who seek to create a better world. Chapter 5: Diplomatic Brilliance and the Fight for Independence. Benjamin Franklin's prowess as a politician and diplomat cemented his place as one of the foremost architects of American independence. His ability to navigate the complexities of international politics, combined with his charisma and intellectual acuity, enabled him to secure critical alliances and negotiate pivotal agreements that shaped the trajectory of the young United States. Franklin's diplomatic career reached its zenith during the American Revolution, when he was appointed to represent the colonies in France. At the time, France's support was indispensable to the colonial cause, yet securing such aid was fraught with challenges. France was cautious about antagonizing Britain, and the colonies themselves lacked a proven track record of governance or military success. Franklin's mission was nothing short of monumental: to convince the French monarchy and public to support a fledgling nation's fight for independence. Franklin's reputation as a scientist, writer, and thinker preceded him, earning him widespread admiration in France. His humble demeanor, sharp wit, and plain attire contrasted starkly with the opulence of the French court, endearing him to the French people and adding an air of authenticity to his cause. Franklin leveraged his popularity to cultivate goodwill, hosting salons and engaging in intellectual discourse that highlighted the Enlightenment ideals shared by both the French and American revolutions. On a political level, Franklin demonstrated unparalleled strategic acumen. He understood the intricacies of French interests and appealed to their desire to weaken Britain, their long-standing rival. Franklin and his colleagues presented the American struggle as a shared fight for liberty and justice, aligning the colony's aspirations with the broader ideals of Enlightenment philosophy. His arguments were persuasive, not only to French officials but also to the broader public, whose support added pressure on the monarchy to act. Franklin's negotiations bore fruit in 1778 when France formally recognized American independence and entered into an alliance with the colonies. This agreement provided the United States with crucial military and financial support, including troops, naval power, and loans that sustained the Revolutionary War effort. Franklin's role in securing this alliance was instrumental in turning the tide of the conflict, culminating in American victory at Yorktown in 1781. Beyond the Franco-American alliance, Franklin's diplomatic efforts extended to peace negotiations with Britain. As one of the American representatives at the Treaty of Paris in 1783, Franklin played a central role in securing terms that were highly favorable to the new nation. The treaty not only recognized American independence but also granted significant territorial concessions, laying the groundwork for westward expansion. Franklin's diplomacy, marked by pragmatism and finesse, ensured that the United States emerged from the war with a strong foundation for growth. Franklin's political acumen was not confined to foreign affairs. Domestically, he contributed significantly to the framing of the U.S. Constitution. At the Constitutional Convention in 1787, Franklin, by then an elder statesman, used his influence to mediate conflicts and promote compromise among the delegates. His ability to balance competing interests and emphasize unity was critical to the convention's success. Franklin famously remarked, "I agree to this Constitution with all its faults, because I expect no better, and because I am not sure that it is not the best." His pragmatic approach underscored his commitment to forging a cohesive national framework. Franklin's diplomatic legacy is a testament to the power of persuasion, intellect, and charisma in achieving transformative change. His ability to bridge cultural and political divides, navigate complex negotiations, and inspire trust was unparalleled. Through his efforts, Franklin not only helped secure America's independence but also shaped its identity as a nation rooted in Enlightenment values and the pursuit of liberty. Franklin's role as a diplomat and politician highlights the profound impact of visionary leadership during pivotal moments in history. His contributions to the Revolutionary War, the Franco-American alliance, and the creation of the U.S. Constitution reflect his unwavering dedication to the cause of freedom and the enduring principles of democracy. Franklin's diplomatic brilliance remains a cornerstone of his legacy, offering enduring lessons in the art of statesmanship. Chapter 6: Legacy of a Founding Father. As Benjamin Franklin approached the twilight of his life, his contributions to science, society, and politics had already established him as one of the most influential figures in American and world history. Yet, the enduring impact of his legacy extends far beyond the accomplishments of his time, shaping the identity and aspirations of the United States and inspiring generations across the globe. Franklin's legacy as a polymath, the archetype of the Enlightenment thinker, is unmatched. His insatiable curiosity, coupled with his pragmatism, produced innovations that revolutionized daily life in scientific understanding. From the lightning rod and bifocal glasses to his seminal work on electricity, Franklin's inventions and discoveries not only solved practical problems, but also symbolized the boundless possibilities of human ingenuity. His scientific achievements remain a testament to the power of applying reason and experimentation to improve society. Equally significant is Franklin's role as a social reformer. His founding of institutions such as libraries, fire brigades, and educational establishments laid the groundwork for the civic infrastructure that defines modern communities. His emphasis on self-improvement, mutual aid, and public service captured the essence of the American ethos, fostering a culture that values innovation, industriousness, and collaboration. Franklin's writings, particularly his autobiography, continue to serve as a guide for individuals seeking to better themselves and their communities. In politics, Franklin's legacy is firmly rooted in his contributions to American independence and governance. His leadership in the Revolutionary War, his diplomacy in securing French support, and his role in drafting the Constitution were pivotal in shaping the United States as a sovereign and democratic nation. Franklin's ability to navigate complex political landscapes with humor, wisdom, and pragmatism established him as a model statesman whose influence extended far beyond his own era. Franklin's vision of democracy was grounded in the principles of equality, liberty, and the pursuit of knowledge. While he lived in a time when these ideals were not universally applied, particularly with regard to slavery, Franklin's later life reflected his evolving commitment to justice and human rights. As president of the Pennsylvania Society for Promoting the Abolition of Slavery, he championed the fight against slavery, recognizing the contradiction between the nation's founding principles and the institution of human bondage. His advocacy for abolition signaled a moral awakening that would resonate in subsequent generations. Culturally, Franklin remains an enduring symbol of the American spirit. His life story, marked by humble beginnings and extraordinary achievements, epitomizes the ideals of self-made success and the transformative power of education and hard work. As one of the most quoted figures in history, Franklin's aphorisms, such as an investment in knowledge pays the best interest and well done is better than well said, continue to inspire and guide people worldwide. Even after his death on April 17, 1790, Franklin's influence persisted. His funeral in Philadelphia drew an unprecedented crowd, reflecting the profound respect and admiration he commanded. Tributes poured in from across the world, with figures like French statesman Turgot famously describing him as someone who snatched lightning from the sky and the scepter from tyrants. This dual tribute underscores Franklin's unique ability to harness both scientific discovery and political innovation to advance the human condition. Today, Franklin's legacy is immortalized in countless ways, from his presence on the $100 bill to the institutions that bear his name. His life and work remain a source of inspiration for those who seek to combine intellectual curiosity with practical action, embodying the timeless values of creativity, resilience, and service to others. In sum, Benjamin Franklin's legacy transcends the boundaries of time, offering a blueprint for individual and societal advancement. As a scientist, reformer, diplomat, and founding father, Franklin not only helped to shape the United States but also left an indelible mark on humanity's collective journey. His life serves as a reminder of what is possible when vision, determination, and a commitment to the common good intersect. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin's life is proof of the boundless potential of human ingenuity, curiosity, and determination. From his modest beginnings in Boston to his rise as one of the most influential figures in American history, Franklin's journey embodies the ideals of self-improvement, public service, and intellectual exploration. His legacy, etched into the very foundation of the United States, continues to resonate as a guiding light for individuals and nations alike. Franklin's pragmatic approach to science, grounded in the philosophy of practical application, transformed abstract theories into life-enhancing innovations. His contributions, ranging from the lightning rod to his studies on electricity and meteorology, reflect a unique ability to marry creativity with utility. These scientific achievements remain a cornerstone of his legacy, symbolizing the transformative power of knowledge when applied to real-world challenges. As a social reformer, Franklin demonstrated an unwavering commitment to the common good. His establishment of libraries, fire brigades, and educational institutions not only addressed the needs of his community but also set a precedent for civic responsibility that endures to this day. His writings, especially his autobiography, continue to inspire individuals to pursue personal growth while contributing to societal advancement. Politically, Franklin's impact was monumental. His deft diplomacy secured France's critical support during the Revolutionary War, while his leadership in drafting the Constitution helped lay the foundation for American democracy. Franklin's ability to mediate conflicting views with humor and wisdom established him as a statesman whose influence extended far beyond his own time. His vision of governance, rooted in equality and liberty, remains a cornerstone of democratic ideals worldwide. Beyond his tangible achievements, Franklin's enduring legacy lies in his embodiment of the American spirit. He was a self-made man who rose through ingenuity and hard work, a dreamer who turned visions into reality, and a pragmatist who sought solutions for the challenges of his day. His words, brimming with wit and wisdom, continue to guide and inspire generations, reminding us of the importance of perseverance, innovation, and civic duty. In reflecting on Franklin's life, we are reminded of his profound impact not only as a founding father but also as a scientist, inventor, reformer, and philosopher. His story is one of relentless curiosity and unyielding optimism, a narrative that encourages us to embrace the power of knowledge, strive for progress, and contribute meaningfully to the world around us. Benjamin Franklin's legacy transcends the boundaries of his era, offering timeless lessons on leadership, creativity, and humanity. As we look to the future, his life serves as an example of what can be achieved when individuals dare to dream, work tirelessly, and dedicate themselves to the betterment of society.